we have trivia coming up in 14 minutes for $500, and we're getting to that point in time where I give away a trivia answer. So let's put our thinking caps on. Let's do some finger exercises. While this one is definitely not for the money and you don't need to get it right, it's just to advance you in the game later. Let's see how we all do, right? Let's do it. Okay, so question 8 tonight asks, someone with Plutophobia would be most afraid to go into which establishment? A pound, an observatory, a bank. Someone with Plutophobia would be most afraid to go into which establishment? A pound, an observatory, a bank. Which one? Plutophobia. Well, I know phobia is a fear. Very good, Sarah, very good. We got through the first part of that question. Do we know the rest of it? You know, 49% of you do, which always shocks me. How many people actually know the answer or guess the answer correctly? 52% of you say a bank, and a bank it would be, because Plutophobia is the fear of money. And in different types, like it's the fear of money, it's the fear of rich people, it's the fear of not having enough. It's money sort of in any capacity, anything that relates to money. So honestly, I'm gonna guess that people with Plutophobia are not here on this app, right? They probably don't wanna earn money on display. That probably would freak them out. So I feel for them, but also more for us. Yeah, kind of, I'll go with that. But yeah, y'all got it, or 47% of you got it. A bank is going to be your answer for that question 8 in tonight's game. Well done. If you got it right, let me know how you knew it. Is it because you guessed correctly? Is it because process of elimination? Let me know. I'm always curious. In the meantime, let's move on to Follow Friday. What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new round of Display Trivia live from New York City. I am your host, Sarah Pribis, and friends, you are here just at the right time because not only are we about to give away $500, but we're about to give away $500 on a Friday. Anything good that happens on a Friday? Instantly better. It gives you just that little boost, just the thing that you need to push something over the edge from good to great. A seafood boil any day of the week is great, but one on a Friday? Yes, please. A DM from your crush on a workday is fine, but the same message with Friday energy? Can I get an amen? And don't even... Thank you, Chaz. Thank you. And don't even get me started on your crush inviting you to a seafood boil on a Friday. System overload. Now, I'm getting ahead of myself, but before I fall headfirst into a Friday frenzy, let's see who's here. Facts Guru is here. Ask Guru is here. There's 2 gurus in the house. Oof. This chat is smart. Lexi28 is here. Kevin1307 is here. What's up? Pichu and Bam Allegra. Chaz is putting amen in the chat. Oof. Yes, Mr. 9821. So many gurus. All right, guys, it's rule time. So you're going to have 10 seconds to answer 10 questions each. When a new question pops up, you know what to do. Choose carefully because once you tap, there's no going back. If you get one wrong, though, just keep playing, okay? Make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi. You're holding your phone vertically so that you can keep your eyes on me and on the questions. Your winnings will appear in your display bank account. If you're actively posting, have that profile all set up and ready to go. Did someone say ready to go? It was me. It was me. But we're almost there. But first, a practice round. Would you rather go out with a bang, go out on a date, go outside for some fresh air? I don't know why I'm doing this, but you know what? When you commit to a bit, you commit. Whatever happened to staying in, you know? Like a fresh date with my cat, some popcorn, my bed. Shh, we're sleeping together, but I don't want to make it public yet. Oh, it just sounds perfect to me. And yes, I do eat in my bed, okay? I do. Let's see, 46% of you, love is in the air. You want to go on a date. Okay, well, let's ride this Friday wave into a win. It's time for Display Trivia. Question 1. In the game, Simon Says, players can only act after hearing what phrase? Simon Says, red light, green light, freeze. In the game, Simon Says, players can only act after hearing what phrase? Simon says, red light, green light, freeze. You know, it sounds innocent, right? You start with names like red light, green light. What were they trying to teach us? Driving at a young age? Mother, may I, manners, duck, duck, goose, stuck in the mud. But in my house, it quickly escalated to Squid Game. You know, we were very competitive in my household. So competitive that one time we were playing bocce and my grandfather lost and threw bocce balls at us. We were fine. It's okay. I mean, clearly there was some damage done, but we're okay. You know, I don't know what it is about kids making things creepy, right? Nursery rhymes and now these games, but it happens. Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of That's not the vibe you need. I'll stop. Friends, we literally gave you this answer. It says Simon Says, the answer's Simon Says. And 93% of you got that. Question 2. This reality family is returning to streaming in April 2022. The Kardashians, the Obamas, the Mansons. This reality family is returning to streaming in April 2022. The Kardashians, the Obamas, the Mansons. Oh, thank God. What were we gonna do without them? I was freaked for a minute, right? I'm kidding. To be honest with you, I have a lot of thoughts on reality TV, and my first thought was I hated it. I really hated it. I'm an actor. I was mad that they were taking away jobs from actors. But then during the pandemic, I kind of needed an escape, and I started to like reality TV. One thing I am curious about with this, though, Kylie's son's name, it changed this past week. She changed her son's name after she gave it to him. It was Wolf, which a little unusual, a bit bold. So what is she changing it to? We're left dangling. We don't know yet. Maybe something a little bit more tame, like Cockapoo. I did hear the other day of a new mix of dog called a Dorky, which I kind of really want to name my kid. That is a Dachshund and a Yorkie. Hey, Puggle, we really need to talk to you about that last report card. Well, I think I've given it away, but if you have Hulu, get ready for the Kardashians this spring. That's literally the name, by the way. They took off Keeping Up and they just left the Kardashians. 86% of you got that. Question 3. Adam Sandler stars in all of the following movies except Happy Gilmore, 50 First Dates, A Few Good Men. Adam Sandler stars in all of the following movies except Happy Gilmore, 50 First Dates, A Few Good Men. Of course, some of his more recent movies, he only really twinkles. Hotel Transylvania's 1 through 3. I mean, they can't all be winners. Hubie Halloween. You know the movie is going to be true to form when the poster is a woman who is way out of his league looking at him like this, you know, arms crossed, kind of frustrated. But oh, what would she do without him? Kind of live her best life. Kind of like me in the fact that I've actually never seen him in Happy Gilmore. And am I worse off for it? I don't know, am I? To be honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of movies. I was a deprived child, okay? Bocce balls being thrown at me, and we didn't have cable in my house. But I did watch him in 50 First Dates, and he really does shine in that one. 91% of you got that. Question 4. Select the celebrity who doesn't have the feature sometimes called a butt chin. Demi Moore, Sandra Bullock, John Travolta. Select the celebrity who doesn't have the feature sometimes called a butt chin. Demi Moore, Sandra Bullock, John Travolta. Sandra Bullock. Why is that so hard to say? But you know, I love when a term says exactly what it is, right? Like a butt chin, a washcloth, very straightforward, a dishwasher, okay? You know, a tank dress, a handheld device, if you will. But then others, right? We got tires. Shouldn't they be called car feet? A kettle, more aptly named as like a water oven. Now, the real question is, do I have a butt chin? I've always thought they were very cute, so please say yes. I know you can't say it now, but tell me after the show. There's lots of songs about butts, very little about butt chins. But I would like to see some chins really shaking their thing to like Baby Got Back, a Bootylicious, My Humps. This is called a cleft chin for more formal. And Demi Moore is the only celeb here not known for having one. 86% of you got that. The next question. Here we go. Whale byproducts have historically been used in all of the following items except mouthwash, corsets, perfume. Whale byproducts have historically been used in all of the following items except mouthwash, corsets, perfume. I don't like the way that this question makes me feel. It feels like I'm using whales, which I guess we are, right? Ugh, but used, ugh. So yes, we do need to save the whales, but don't the whales need to want to be saved? Might I suggest a 12-step program, a rehab, a retreat, a wellness center? Because the whales will only change when the whales want to change. Really, they should start charging us, right? They provide us with so many services. They should know their worth. But no, actually whales are nature's convenience stores. Basically a one-stop shop, right? Their meat and blubber has been eaten historically. Baleen was woven into baskets and used as fishing line and roofing material. Their bones were used for tool making and corsets, and even ambergris from the intestines used for perfume, but never mouthwash. And 81% of you got that. We're halfway there. Question 6. J.Lo references all the following car manufacturers in Love Don't Cost a Thing except Mercedes, Cadillac, BMW. J.Lo references all the following car manufacturers in Love Don't Cost a Thing except Mercedes, Cadillac, BMW. Think of it. J.Lo says, even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. I wasn't trying to sing. That was not me trying to sing. I was saving you from the singing. But I'm going to say, I don't trust people who say that money isn't important to them, okay? Especially when dating. Like, what are you going to do for fun on a date? Netflix and chill? Netflix is about to start charging people for password sharing. You can't do McDonald's, right? The drive-through gas is expensive right now. So all you got left is like flying kites and doing puzzles, and that's what I did as a kid. The only thing worse than a guy with no money is a guy with Bitcoin. What, is he going to show up to the Diamond District and buy my engagement ring with some Bitcoin? I don't think so. Although I have dated a guy with money and one with less money, and I have to say, the one right now that has the less money, it's going great. A Benz and an Escalator mentioned in the song, but no Beamer. 87% of you got it. Question 7. The name of the Hasbro board game played by stacking wooden bricks into a tower originates in what language? Dutch, Swahili, Hindi. The name of the Hasbro board game played by stacking wooden bricks into a tower originates in what language? Dutch, Swahili, Hindi. We ask a lot of questions about language and etymology. And honestly, American schools should offer more options. Low-key flex, I got to study Japanese in middle school. That's crazy, right? But I have to ask, this game didn't originate in a bar? It's a bar game. Bar language, tap, something from the tap, neat. You're tipsy, you're on the rocks. You're not on the rocks, the drink is on the rocks. Okay, yeah. But bar language, right? I don't know. Friends, we're talking about Jenga, which comes from the Swahili to build. And 86% of you look like you're building a win here. Question 8. Someone with plutophobia would be most afraid to go into which establishment? A pound, an observatory, a bank. Someone with plutophobia would be most afraid to go into which establishment? A pound, an observatory, a bank. There are things that would make these establishments scary for me. You know, a pound, scary dogs can be scary. An observatory, maybe if I left my phone at home and I had nothing to do while I was in the observatory. And a bank, for sure, if I went to withdraw money and this is usually the case, there is no money there. Establishments that legit freak me out, the dentist or the doctor's office, dive bars. Ugh, have you seen those bathrooms? My mother-in-law's house. I don't want to invalidate anyone else's fears. Plutophobia isn't the fear of a pound, right? We're not referring to Pluto, their cartoon. It's not the fear of an observatory because of the planet, but it is the fear of money. And clearly, if you're playing this game, you don't fear money. 89% of you got that. Question 9. The disease caused by the bacteria Clostridium tetani would most likely be contracted through what? Puncture wound, food poisoning, blood transfusion. The disease caused by the bacteria Clostridium tetani would most likely be contracted through what? Puncture wound, food poisoning, blood transfusion. Yes, yes. I've contracted bacteria before. It was pretty inexpensive. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Listen, none of these sound pleasant, and I've definitely had food poisoning before. And a puncture wound. Ugh. Diseases have the nerve to have stage names, right? Disguising themselves as pleasant when they're really not. Clostridium tetani is the name for tetanus or lockjaw. Sounds terrible. And it can be normally contracted through a puncture wound. Luckily, though, it's easily preventable through a vaccine. 87% of you got that, and we've got only one more to go. This is the final question. Question 10. In the famous Bible verse, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8, love does all of the following things except is not self-seeking, conquers all evil, keeps no record of wrongs. In the famous Bible verse, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8, love does all of the following things except is not self-seeking, conquers all evil, keeps no record of wrongs. You know this, right? You've been to a wedding. This verse gets way overused as weddings. I personally think I have it memorized. Nope, don't have it memorized. Listen, stop copying. Spice up your weddings, people. You know, Bible passages should just be lyrics from Taylor Swift songs or something. You know, instead of cutting the cake, the bride and groom do body shots. Maybe the first dance is a mosh pit. Instead of throwing the bouquet, I don't know, have a little fun. But, you know, if you want to have a boring wedding, you can use love is faithful, love is kind. That's it, right? Love is all of those things. But the only thing that it doesn't do is, what? Did you tap it? Conquers all evil. Well, friends, how did you do? Did you make it through? Did you make it to the end of this quiz? It's our last one of the week, but don't worry, you can always come back for more next week. And of course, if you need a little bit of extra help, you can definitely tune into the pre-show. I always give away an answer prior to the start of the game, question 8. So tune in early, I give away that. How many winners do we got? Shout yourselves out in the chat. You came, you slayed, you displayed your knowledge, and you are gonna get paid. Woo woo! All right, friends, rest up for trivia next week, and I'll see you then on display.